Good Monday evening to everyone. Good Monday evening to everyone. I trust everyone's Monday is going well. I trust that everyone Monday is going well. This evening, we are just tickle pink, if you will, for this month of October. We have an awesome individual this evening that is with us, but I want to just share this with you. Now, I am Pastor Timothy Sands of St. Paul African Methodist Episcopal Church in the fabulous city of Madison, Georgia. And the county seat, of course, is Morgan County. Now, the parishioners, disciples, and members of St. Paul are grateful for your presence. This evening, we have a workshop entitled The Power of Marketing and Building Effective Relationships. Again, the power of marketing and building effective relationships. Now, Deborah Lee mentioned in a peer-reviewed article from Public Service Quarterly back in May 16, 2013, which remains the same today, which is quoted directly from pages 169 to 171 in a column entitled, "What is Marketing?" Well, for many, the word marketing brings to mind tacky car commercials and pushy salesmen or sales individuals. All too frequently, marketing is confused with publicity or PR. While a good publicity strategy is an important component of an overall marketing plan, it is only element of a larger, more complex undertaking. Now, my friends, marketing can be more broadly understood as the communication channel linking a product or service to the target customers or patrons. Now, the process of marketing is not about selling a product. Rather, it focuses on identifying customer needs, as in the places of worship, the parishioner needs, and defining how the product or service meet those needs. Moreover, it is vital to have an effective leader to give a perspective on how to navigate for career search or as an entrepreneur, ways of establishing a business. Thus, we are delighted to have that individual with us this evening, none other than Mrs. Kayla Andrews. She is a daughter, wife, mother, owner, president of Kayla Kudos, as well as director of human resources for the Morgan County Charter School System. And again, we just want to say welcome to you, Mrs. Andrews, Ms. Kayla, for joining us this evening. Hello to you.
Thank you, and I appreciate the opportunity that you have given me today to be able to speak about this powerful topic.
You are more than welcome. You are more than welcome. So if you don't mind, we'll go ahead and get started. I have a few questions that I would love to ask. First and foremost, how did you come up with the name of your company? It is a very interesting piece. So how did you come up with the name of your company?
So the idea to start this business kind of came about among some of my friends. They were always talking about, well, Kayla, you know how to do these kind of things. You should do this. You should kind of extend, your services to people and your knowledge. And I was like, no, because I'm a humble person and I'm kind of shy. Most people might not know that, but I'm shy. And so I was like, I'm not going to do that. So Kayla's Kudos started mostly because my name is Kayla. And then Kudos, I don't know if many know, but when someone gives someone kudos, it's giving them praise and honor and showing them, praise towards an achievement that they have done. So kudos is me giving praise to individuals for their overall success. And each letter in the word kudos has a meaning. The first letter is knowledge for K, and the second letter is U, understanding. The third letter is D, development. And then O is opportunity. And then S is success. And in my logo, I don't know if many people have paid attention, but I have 3 colors in my logo. Well, 5 colors: red, blue, red, green, blue, yellow, and then black. And so each letter stands for that color. And red translates to a sense of
Are you still there? I just have a few little technical. Sister Andrews, I think that she broke up, but she will be back momentarily. Because she was given a fascinating piece. And hello to everyone that is on the conference call line. Hello to everyone that's on the conference call line.
Hello.
All right. Yes, indeed. She will be back with us momentarily. Technology can sometimes be interesting. And in the interim, I trust that everyone out there on the conference call line is doing well today. They've had a wonderful, awesome day, and trust that everything is going quite well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
the power went out.
Understood. Understood.
My
Understood.
apologies, but it seems like it went out in the area. So
Okay. Oh, okay. No problem. That's out of our control, and that's what it's all about. So let's kind of recap. You was in the middle of explaining the logo of your organization and everything. So go ahead and recap that for us.
So basically, there's a color in Kudos, and each letter stands for a color. And so we have red, which stands for knowledge, and everyone stimulates red as a powerful color because it can stimulate the mind and it attracts attention. The second letter is U for understanding, and it symbolizes the color green because green is usually perceived as a source of peace and serenity. And then D is for development. That color is blue. And blue is the king and queen of all colors. And it usually symbolizes a sense of dependency to people and translates reliability. And then O is opportunity. It symbolizes the color yellow, and mostly yellow is, we think of the sun, hope, and optimism.
Wow.
And then S is for success, and that color is black. And black is usually a color that radiates power and elegance, and often is the highest color when it comes to class and status. And so I incorporated these colors within my logo, and that's the meaning behind that word kudos and those colors.
Wow. Very
You can kind of tell that I put a lot of thought and meaning behind my logo and my business.
Yes. And for those that may not be on this live stream right now, for all age groups, including the youth at the church where I pastor, as well as any other youth, please definitely, if you're not looking live, streaming right now, please go back and review all of this, because this is going to be an excellent piece and as an excellent guide, excellent tool to start your business. And with that being said, when did you start your business?
So I applied for my LLC back in March of 2021. I did some research on what I needed to do as far as how to apply for my LLC. And once I finished researching, I went online to the federal government site to apply for my LLC. And once I had my LLC, I was able to get my EIN number to pin it to my business. In order, if I want to make business purchases, I have a tax ID number, and then I will get those incentives for my business. And then I officially launched it in May, because I wanted to make sure I had everything in order before I launched my business. So I worked to kind of get a logo, to get materials such as business cards and flyers just about my business, just to make sure I had everything in order before I went forward to presenting it to the public.
Wow. Okay, great. That is as the old saying said, get your house in order. Mm-hmm. And that is a way to do it. Got everything in order, lined up. And of course, you can tweak as you go. Amen. Mm-hmm. Good. So what was your mission? It's always important to have a mission and a vision. No matter what organization you're affiliated with, or a department, or whatever the case might be. So what was your mission at the start of your company?
My mission is to give people the keys that they need to be successful. A lot of times people are unaware of certain things, and I just wanted to extend the knowledge that I have with my career background in HR to people, because a lot of people don't know certain things when it comes to interviewing or writing a resume, or just professionalism and development in itself.
Wow, that is important. And let me say this, I have started somewhat of a process to everybody out there. She knows what she is doing, and I'm going to have her to review again my CV as well as my resume. And now there is a cost. Amen. So but she has to, she's very knowledgeable, of course, obviously reviewing resumes for a number of years and everything, but I'm going to make sure that mine is in tip-top shape as well. So she'll definitely be reviewing that. Now, with that being said, what are your company's goals?
My ultimate goal is to help people be successful, whether that's personally, professionally, in whatever way I can help someone, I'm going to extend my help.
Awesome. Now, and let me see how I can phrase this. Well, let me just say it like this. What made you choose to start a company in this industry?
Well, as I mentioned before, my career background in human resources, I have a little over 5 years of experience working in HR and just ultimately dealing with people. And what I have seen firsthand is that most people don't have the knowledge or the soft skills that it takes to do an interview, or to write a resume, or how to communicate effectively. And me interviewing people and my time in HR and sitting down and having conversations with people, it makes me sad because not everyone is given the same opportunities, and everyone doesn't have someone that has the knowledge to give them to help them to be successful. And I know many times I have sat in interviews and I'm like, oh, you shouldn't have said that. Oh no, that's not professional. And I just want to take them to the side and like, no, this is how you should go about doing this.
Awesome. And I actually didn't realize that I was going to lead right into this next question. And with that being said, what services or products do you offer?
So resume writing. I offer when someone enlists my services to do a resume, I create the resume for them. My turnaround time is usually 2 to 4 business days. And that's just because I do have a separate job that I actually have to clock into every day. And I'm also a mom and I have a lot of other responsibilities, but typically I don't honor that turnaround time. I typically give it to someone within 1 to 2 days, just because I know that they may be waiting and they might want to apply for a job. So I try to be as quick as I can so that I can get the resume to them so that they can apply for the job that they need. Another service that I offer is notary services. I'm a notary. I just renewed my notary just recently. And interviewing skills, career advice. I've had a few people ask me how I have gotten into my career journey as an HR professional and how I was able to kind of move up so quickly. Mostly it's really about networking and having those relationships with people, because when people know you and know what you're doing, they'll reach out to you to let you know about an opportunity that they feel will be beneficial to you. And one of the reasons that I received the role at the Morgan County school system is because of a relationship that I had with a mentor that I dearly still appreciate. I actually work for her. Her name is Karen Robertson. She's the one that sent this role to me. And then I applied and interviewed, and it was, graciously given to me. And I'm so appreciative.
Wow. And you mentioned a key piece, which is part of the title of this piece, effective relationships. Did you want to expand on that a little bit further? The importance of effective relationships, and let me, before you even do that, I want to just make another sidebar comment, if you will. Now, notice that Mrs. Andrews mentioned 2 to 4 days, but then she came back with 1 to 2 or something of that nature in reference to getting back some of her services to someone. Now, that is what I call an awesome expectation. You did not set a false date up front. You set a expectation, and then your delivery very well could be sooner. That's a very important aspect, very important piece in business. I didn't mean to cut you off, but go right ahead.
You're fine.
with your I lost my train of thought there, because I mean that I'm very passionate about leadership, HR, all of this, and so I think it was on the services and products that you offer, and you mentioned about the notary. So go ahead.
You wanted me to touch on effective relationships and networking.
Yes.
So I will say to anyone, networking is very, very important. It's one of the key things to building ongoing relationships. And once you network with people, they will always have you in the back of their mind when something comes up. And ultimately, when you have these relationships, it will ultimately help you move up in whatever organization or whatever journey that you're trying to seek in your life. So I truly believe that networking is very important. It's one of the reasons why I am always extending myself to go and participate in leadership development, professional development, because you never know who you will meet and who you will come in contact with that can later help you in your journey.
Yes, indeed. And speaking of that, which is very important, and it's a part of what I call putting in the work. Currently, I'm a PhD student myself, and within organizational leadership. But you have some powerful credentials behind your name. Could you expand on those credentials? Because that's very, very, very powerful. Yes, you can have your undergraduate. Yes, you can have your master's, but is key along the way to obtain and secure some additional credentials to keep propelling to the next dimension. So could you expand on that, please, your credentials?
I'm really big on self-development and also just knowledge. I will coin myself as being a lifelong learner. I'm always open to learning because nobody knows everything. And so you always have to be open to learning. And my first certification that I obtained was APHR, which was an associate professional in human resources through HRCI. I obtained the certification when I was working at the Boys and Girls Club as the executive assistant, and I also was the director of human resources. And the reason why I sought to obtain this certification is because I had no knowledge going into working at the corporate office for the Boys and Girls Club about HR. It was something that just was kind of thrown onto my plate while I was still working on my bachelor's degree in business administration. And so I'm like, okay, well, in order for me to be able to do this role effectively, I need to at least know the broad span of HR and what's going on and know various federal and state laws. And so that's why I studied and I took the test and I passed. And the Boys and Girls Club actually paid for me to take the certification. And that was one of the reasons why I really wanted to make sure I studied and I passed, because I didn't want that to be a waste of money on their part. And I remember I was studying, I was so stressed because I was trying to learn all of these federal laws and I was trying to learn all these HR terminologies. And I was like, oh my gosh, if I fail, I'm going to be really upset with myself. But I passed. And then the second certification that I have, I actually obtained early this year. I accepted the role as HR director for the school system in December of 2020. I came from working as an HR generalist at a logistics company. So in the private sector. Now, manufacturing and logistics is completely different from education. And so coming into education, I had to learn basically all new HR side of education. It's totally different. And there are certain things that you can and can't do when you're dealing with certified teachers versus classified employees. And so the public human resources, public human capital leader education certification is through ASPA, which is the American Association of School Personnel Administrators. That's basically HR leaders across the United States. And this certification fell under that organization. And it was a broad span of HR in education. And I was able to take the certification, and my employer paid for me to take the test, and I passed the certification, and I was able to add those credentials to my name as well.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's what I call a determined individual. And that's what it's all about. You have to be determined. No matter what's going on in your life, you have to just stay motivated, keep the resilience. I think about my hometown Atlanta Braves, resilience, and just keep it up. Great piece. Well, now with that being said, advertising is key. Now, networking and word of mouth, building the effective relationships, and so on and so forth are pertinent. But how do you advertise your business?
So social media is a powerful tool when used correctly. I'll say correctly, because some people will use social media for the wrong things, not knowing that what you put on social media, once you put it out there in the world, you can delete it, but it's already out into the world and you can't take it back when it's on somebody else's phone. So you always have to be mindful that you're using social media carefully, because not many people know employers look at people's social media before they hire them, just to see, okay, how are you on the social media platform? Do we really want to bring that type of energy into our workplace? And so I just will say to anyone, please be mindful of what you put on social media, because it can come back later and backfire on you if it wasn't positive. But I use social media to network and basically market my business. Another piece that I use is Canva. Canva is a free online graphic tool designing kind of software. And I create all of my materials for my business. This is one of the pieces that I created. But it's really easy, user-friendly, and it's free. I just so happen to pay for the pro feature, which is $12.99 a month, because you get a little bit more advanced tools and features to kind of tweak your marketing materials. And it has really helped me as far as, promoting my business in a positive light.
Wow. Okay. Excellent.
So you don't have to spend a lot of money to market. You can do it yourself. Yes, it takes a little time, but that's okay.
Awesome. And do you also recommend organizations such as the Chamber of Commerce with networking and things of that nature as
I
well?
would, most definitely.
Okay.
I think going to any resource within your community, serving on any type of organizational boards, just to get your face out there will ultimately help you in regards to networking in any shape or form, whether that's personal or professional.
Awesome. And that is key. That is key. And I'm going to say this, I'm not going to lock you in on these words here, but in order to navigate through the isms, if you will, whether it's racism or favoritism, you need to know how to navigate and just continue to do your research and do well for those that are listening and those that will later on. Now, so and I may be a little bit redundant, but it'll be a good little recap, if you will. How long have you worked in business management, if you will?
I have worked in business management since 2016, 17. I initially started out at the club level at the Boys and Girls Club as a staff instructor, and I was still in school at Piedmont seeking my bachelor's degree. And I also had my son. So I was doing class at night, and then I was working in the day. Luckily, I have a support system that helped me with my son so that I could be able to finish my degree and graduate. But basically 5 years. So at the Boys and Girls Club at the corporate office, I was the executive assistant to the CEO. And then I also had the other role as being the director of human resources. I worked there for about a year and a half. Once I graduated in 2018, December of 2018, I kind of was like, hey, I really just want to kind of just be over HR. Usually with nonprofits, they want people to wear many hats because nonprofits don't usually, have a big budget. And so people have to wear multiple hats and not make as much money, which is okay because that gave me the opportunity to get my foot in the door as far as falling in love with human resources. Because when I was in school getting my business administration degree, I had no idea what I was going to do with my degree once I was finished. So given that opportunity to be in that role is what helped me to kind of get my career off to a great start. And so once I left the Boys and Girls Club, I went to the logistics company, and I worked for the logistics company for 2 years. And I left in November of 2020 to take the role of HR. Initially, it was manager when I was hired at the school, but that changed in July of this year. They changed my title to Director of Human Resources.
Awesome.
And so it's been a little over 5 years of my journey in HR.
Awesome. And there is a significant difference if anyone is out there, director at any level. Let me say it like this. When you're on the organizational chart, on the organizational's website, that says something. That's all I'm gonna say. So what advice do you have to give someone who wants to become an entrepreneur?
I think the biggest thing is to follow your dreams and always strive to accomplish your goals and never let anyone stop you from doing what you have your mind set to do. Because a lot of times when you share, your dreams with people, they'll kind of deter you or they'll put in negative thoughts and they're, oh, you can't do that. Never let anyone stop you from following your dreams. For me, that was me. I never let anyone tell me I couldn't do something. And that's why I'm in the position that I am today.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, before I move forward with one more piece here, and then we're going to conclude, I must do this, and this is just me. Do we have anybody on the line from St. Paul in the great city of Madison, Georgia, that is on the line that would welcome? I would just like to say a word of welcome to Mrs. Andrews. Don't be
my
shy.
name is Sarah, and I want to welcome Mrs. Andrew.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much there, Sister Moon. Appreciative of that. One of my great officers, good trustee of the church. Awesome. Thank you so much. So, Miss Andrews, we have covered a lot. And of course, you will be back for future presentations because you have a lot to offer. And I think it helps not only my parishioners at St. Paul, but also from a global perspective as well. And so, again, we are just grateful for you. Now, let me ask you this one last piece here. Do you think that attitude is one of the most important pieces that someone has to come in with? And what I mean by that is that and I don't mean to get churchy here, if you will, but a great attitude is having a mind like Christ. That's Philippians 2:5. What is your, not necessarily trying to quote, deal with the scripture, but as far as an attitude in the business world, which is also important from the secular world to the sacred world, but what is the importance of a positive attitude, or just whichever way you want to take that attitude, if you don't mind?
I think people should remember that first impressions are everything, and how you portray or how you interact with someone follows you. And I've seen many times people have a negative attitude and they're just all around just mean and rude, and they have no enthusiasm. They're not ever happy. It's always, an issue. They're always complaining. And generally those people are people that people always talk about because that's all that they ever remember about them. They remember how bad of an attitude they have. And eventually people don't want to work with you. They don't want to deal with you. They don't want to be around you. And they will not recommend you to anyone. If anything, they'll tell them steer clear. So I think always having a positive attitude, always being willing to serve others is the biggest thing. And that's what will ultimately help you in the long run in your life, whether that's personally or professionally, is you have to have a good attitude and to be likable, because if people don't like you, they're not going to fool with you. I'm just going to be honest.
That is so true. Okay. I just wanted that input because I think attitude is key. I mean, no matter what line of work you are working in, nobody did not ask you to fill out that application blank. And no one, wants to deal with being stubborn and or you was aggravated before you arrived. Yes, we all go through things. We all go through various pieces, but we have to make certain that we know how to navigate out of that. And I think a good career coach like Mrs. Andrews can really help people, help individuals navigate through that. Now, of course, there's nothing free, and because every mindset might be a little different, so she has to dig a little deeper to kind of help you through whatever that situation might be. All right. Now, with that being said, again, we are appreciative of you coming on, joining us this evening, and just providing some great information as far as developing and starting a business, as well as effective relationships. If nobody else can take anything away from this evening, it is vital to build effective relationships. And by building effective relationships, you see where she is now, and you see where she's going on to the next level. And we're very proud of you in Madison, Georgia, in Morgan County, for what you have done, what you are doing, and what you will continue to do. And also continue prayers with you during your time of bereavement with the loss of your family member. With that being said, we are grateful and thankful. Is there any concluding, any other remarks you'd like to make?
I don't have any. I just want to thank you again for this opportunity.
You're more than welcome. And with that being said, we trust everybody on the line. Have a wonderful Monday evening. Be safe out there, and enjoy your week, and go Braves. All right.
Good evening,
Take care,
everyone.
All right. Good night.
Good evening, and
Good
thank
night.
you again.